Guys, so I'm back filming another YouTube video. Ignore the sprinkler, it's kind of on and being annoying, but I wanted to film a YouTube video for you guys. I know I'm going to be filming more this weekend. It's actually weekend of Scrape Fest, so I'm going to be going to that. My car is unfortunately not going to be in it, but I applied to see if I get approved, but I think they're pretty picky with that kind of stuff. So I didn't get approved. Oh my goodness, this thing is popping out. I'll just see if I can pop it back in real quick. That doesn't pop out, but popped it back in. Hopefully it stays in. Anyway, so wanted to film a quick YouTube video for you guys. I was trying to film it at a different location, but I didn't have time, so I just figured I'm at home real quick for you guys. What I kind of wanted to do is kind of like a ownership, I guess, like a review of my ownership of the car slash like 5 things I love and 5 things I hate about my car. Kind of review of owning the WRX for I believe 3 years now. Sorry, I was looking at the bumper, but I think it's been 3.5 years of ownership of the WRX. It is a base model. It is nothing crazy. So let's do a backstory, I guess, of where I bought the car. To get my little stand out, it helped me kind of film better. But so backstory, let's start from the beginning when I first bought this car. I originally bought this car in 2020 or 2021. I'll confirm it with the video footage or camera when I bought it, and I'll put some clips in here as well as purchasing the vehicle and also I guess taking delivery of the vehicle when I first bought it from the dealership. Now, I originally bought this car bone stock. The only thing it came with was an exhaust, and I believe the previous owner did front canards or something in the front. As you can see, there's 2 holes, one right there and then the other one right there on both sides. So this is pretty much how I got the car. Bone stock, but like I said, I'm gonna show some pictures in there so you guys can see. Bone stock, literally the only thing it had was an exhaust and literally nothing, just an exhaust. Came with 5% window tint on the sides. Windshield, I actually added it. But bought this car. It's a 2019 Subaru WRX base model. I originally bought it for a good amount. I think when I bought it, COVID was raising prices on cars and stuff. So prices were just jacked up. I bought this car with 15,000 miles. I paid around $30,000 for it. I'm not gonna say the exact price, but it was a little bit higher than 30,000. Financed this car. I did not put a whole lot down on when I bought this car. I believe I put like 2 or 4 grand because it was technically a trade-in that we had traded in a car that I had. They gave us 4 grand for it, and then some of that money went to this car as a down payment. So my payments are pretty high on it, but I don't owe too much. Since I've bought it. I owe a little bit less than when I originally bought it. Hold on, guys, there's a lady going inside and I don't want to film. But anyways, so yeah, bought this car at Treasure Valley Subaru. Whoa, almost slipped because of my slipper. But bought this car in Treasure Valley Subaru in Nampa. Literally bought it off the lot. But yeah, like I said, I bought it bone stock. So bought it with 15,000 miles. I'm currently at 77,000 miles, and I know that's a lot of miles for the year it is. But don't judge me. This was actually my daily for a couple years because I sold a Civic that I had previous before I bought this, and I kind of regretted it, but my only option was to sell it because I didn't drive it. It had gotten stolen. You probably saw that in one of my YouTube videos that I posted. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and go watch it. It's a long story, but it did get stolen outside my house, unfortunately. But stuff happens. It is what it is. But anyway, so sold the Civic. I had the Civic and the Subaru. Then I didn't drive the Civic, so I sold it, and I started daily driving the Subaru. That's why I'm at 77,000 miles. Now, with maintenance, the car has actually been great. I haven't had any major issues. The only issue that I really had was the brake light. So when I originally put the 4th brake light on, I had some wire issues. Like, I didn't clamp down all the wires all the way. I didn't clamp them together, I guess you could say. So one day I was driving my car, it's kind of just turned on my dash. But once I reclamped those wires to make sure that they were all clamped, the issue was fixed. So realistically, I haven't really done anything majorly wrong with this car. Like I haven't had a major issue with this car yet. Hopefully I don't get one. But a lot of people keep telling me like do a blow off valve, add an intake, so on and so forth. But I'm honestly kind of just enjoying the car for how it looks and not really how fast it goes. As much as I would love for it to sound nice and sound, you know, have a turbo noise and stuff like that, like the blow off valve and the intake, I would love it. But honestly, my car has just been reliable. So there's really no point of me trying to tap into stuff like that and, you know, tune it and do all that stuff. Unless, like I said, unless the block breaks. I've told a lot of people, like, they always ask me, are you going to build the car? Are you going to, you know, do this and do that? Maybe if the block breaks, you know, I've thought about just building another block just on the side, just to have, you know, just to have it ready and stuff like that. But honestly, that kind of gets expensive and all that stuff. So I don't know what my plans are as far as keeping the car forever, or if I plan on trading it in or what, you know what I mean? Excuse me. But this car has honestly helped the channel grow a lot. And I really appreciate all the support, the love that I get from you guys, whether it's just people that meet me in person, people that follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, you know, pretty much anywhere, YouTube, you know. So I appreciate all the love and support. Like I said, whether it's criticism or whether it's hate or whether it's a love, I really don't hate any of it. You know what I mean? Like it's just all criticism, and I take it with a, you know, like I don't, like if somebody says, oh, you should have done this or you should have done that, or why didn't you say this or why didn't you show that? Hey, you know, I'm not gonna hate you for it. You know, it's criticism and it's helping me be a better YouTuber, and, you know, help me film better YouTube videos for you guys, what you guys might want to see as far as content and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, like I said, for video content, or what you guys think I should do, should I change this or should I change that, you know, let me know in the comments. And, you know, like I said, I won't take it personal, you know, I won't judge or anything like that. I guess this road is pretty popular. A lot of cars just deciding to drive by here. I have no idea. But anyways, yeah, so let's kind of get into the nitty gritty of 5 things I like and 5 things I do not like. Let's start with the 5 things that I do not like. The first one being is the windshield. Don't get me wrong, I love the windshield. It's huge and it's very good, like visible view of the front when looking outside. The only issue I hate about the windshield, and I've looked up YouTube videos about this, is the actual windshield itself. The windshield is very, 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 very sensitive on these cars. As you can see, I got a rock chip and it kind of cracked all the way down that way. And I know I got another rock chip somewhere up here. I think it's that right there. So that's one thing I hate. I hate it so much because I literally had no cracks or rock chips on the windshield before I got it tinted. I had one rock chip, I got it fixed, and then it was all good. Everything was good. I tinted the windshield, not thinking, you know, oh, you know, I don't know. I just tinted the windshield thinking it would look nice. And then not even a couple months later, I got a windshield crack. So ever since then, I've been too, like, scared to just get a new windshield because I already tinted this windshield and I do not want to have to pay for a new windshield on top of getting it retinted again. So it's kind of why I've been pushing it off lately, which that is one thing that I definitely do want to fix on this car is the windshield. That is the one thing that bothers me while driving this car, the literal one thing. Now, you guys probably seen it in other videos. Let me hop in here real quick and show you guys what it looks like from inside. So as you can see right there, you guys can, let's see if I can get a good angle. So it started right there in the corner over there, slowly started just creeping all the way down there, and then eventually it's starting to kind of go up, as you guys can see it right there, and then it created 2 more cracks right there. So yeah, that is one thing I hate about this car, is the windshield. Like I said, the visibility in it is perfect. You know, it's not too much, it's not too little, but definitely have a tinted windshield helps a lot with the sun being here and blinding you too, and the heat. So the second thing I hate about this car is actually inside here. So I freaking hate the sound system in this car. The sound system is ass. So let me turn that down real quick. So honestly, I think, let me see, let me go to actually radio. We'll play something on the radio. I don't know, let's go to Wild 101. See what different. So it's kind of staticking because of the antennas, like where I'm at, but listen to the bass. To me, the Subaru sound system is ass. It sucks so bad. It just, I don't know. I need to change out all these speakers, and I've thought about getting a full sound system, but honestly, I won't consider getting a sound system until like I get everything, like as far as like a sub and an amp and all that stuff. I have a sub. I just need to buy an amp and all the new speakers all around the car. So that's two. So we got windshield, we got the speakers, and another thing I hate, I don't know if it's just on these cars or what, or if it's on all the WRX or the STI models, but when it comes to the suspension and lowering like coilovers and stuff, I can't get the right adjustments to each side. Not in the front and not in the back. That's not what I'm talking about, because the back is pretty much maxed out in the back, right? As you guys can see, it's pretty much maxed out right there. I can't go any lower. This is as low as they go. Now the front, I'm about an inch and a half higher than the backs, but because if I go any lower, I will fuck up my CV axle boots, which I've already done, so I'm not doing that again. But on the backs is what I'm talking about. So this side, if I get it to the right adjustment where I want it, and then I go to lower the other side to match this side, it never matches. Either this side is too low or that side is too high, and I can never ever get it to look exactly the same. Now let's see, so that's number two, windshield, and no, that's three, windshield, sound system, and the adjustment when it comes to the coilovers. I don't know if it's just the coilovers or what, but I have no idea why I can never figure it out on this car when it comes to the adjustments. Let's see, number three, number four, got windshield, speakers, and adjustment on coilovers. So that's three. So two more things that I can think of. Let's see. Okay, this is something that I can't really say that I hate because I chose this. I didn't choose this like specific trim level as far as like base, premium, and all that stuff. But the one thing I hate is how basic it is inside the Subaru WRX. Now, don't get me wrong. You can get an STI and probably get like the Recaro seats, the heated steering wheel. I'm not the heated steering wheel, the heated seats, and you know, the leather, the sunroof, stuff like that, right? But it's still like, no matter which one you get, it's still very basic. I don't even know how to explain it. It just feels like it's just cheaped out, and like it doesn't even matter which one you get. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the carbon accents. I guess that's one thing I love, but like the steering wheel is so like boring. I don't know. The red stitching kind of helps, but it's still very boring. The seats are very boring. They're not that comfortable at all. Highly do not recommend, especially for a road trip. If you've ever seen like a Subaru Crosstrek or an Outback, it literally looks exactly the same inside, which kind of makes me upset because it's supposed to be like a sports car, right? But it looks exactly the same. That's like the one other thing that I hate. I do not like it that, you know, it's for what it is. It's not terrible. It's just not comfortable. It's uncomfortable. Do not judge me. I know my car is kind of dirty. Do not judge me. My car is very dirty, but yeah, that's another thing I hate. I'm trying to think what else I might hate. I'm gonna see. Bro, cars are gonna hit me one of these days. So the fifth thing that I guess I would say is comfortability. This car is not comfortable. No matter how low, no matter how stock height I am, it does not get any comfortable no matter what. Like, the road noise in this car is horrible. Like, when my car was bone stock, I can literally just hear the ground. The sound system can't like cover it up because it sucks so bad. So all you hear is like sounds like your music and road noise. And the road noise, no matter what, always beats the music, no matter what, which is kind of annoying. But I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's just a normal Subaru, so can't really complain. Now, 5 things that I love about this car, I guess I would say is that it's a very common car. You can find parts for it, not everywhere, but there's so many options out there. There's a variety of, you know, different headlights, different front grills, different front hoods. There's different body kits, front bumpers, side skirts, wheels, you know, tail lights. Like there's just a variety of different things that you can kind of do to these cars. I've seen a lot of wide body WRXs or STIs, mainly the STIs, but I mean the body kits that they come with, boy, zoom in. There's different varieties. So I guess I would say that's one thing that I like, is that you can switch up your, you know, different front grille or different fog light bezels, different headlights, you know. That's the one thing I would say that I really like about this car. The second thing that I like about this car, I would say the color. I honestly, when I first got this car, I didn't see too many red WRXs out there or STIs. The most common colors that it was blue, it was like the rally blue, silver, and white were like the three common colors in the WRX. Those are like three common colors that I saw. So when I first seen this red WRX at the dealership, I was like, holy crap. You know, this one says me all over it. It's a different color. It's different. It's not, you know, my ordinary colors that I typically get, which was black, silver, and green, and blue. So it's like different, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely glad I chose the color. So I'm gonna have to say the color is like my second favorite thing. Now, the third favorite thing that I like about this car is honestly the exhaust. Now, the exhaust I believe I have is called an SD exhaust. I think it's SD or Spec D or something like that. I'm not too sure exactly what it's called, but it came with the car and I can't really complain. I think it was like either $1,000 or $2,000. I can't remember, honestly. I think I looked up the price once and was just, you know, curious about what kind of exhaust it was. But it does like say Spec D on the tips and stuff. So I don't know if it's just quad tips that, you know, like where the muffler is at or the resonator starts or whatever, and it comes back. That's what they bought, or if they bought the whole full exhaust system. I've never really tapped into paying attention to the exhaust. Just because with this car, I could do the oil change myself, and a lot of people are probably going to judge me for this, but I could do the oil changes myself on this car. But realistically, with it being a newer year, and if I ever want to trade it in, I have all the service records for it, you know, doing the normal maintenance, oil change and everything, you know, air filter, stuff like that needs to be changed on a normal car. But yeah, so like I said, I just like doing my own service, or I don't like doing it personally, just because if I ever want to trade it in, I can always trade it in and have all the service records and everything that I've done to it, as far as like manual or the transmission fluid, oil changes, air filters, like if I do spark plugs or if I do like the rear differential and stuff like that. So it's all recorded and in like basically in the system on the VIN numbers. So when they look it up in the Carfax, it shows all the record and all that. I believe that's three things that I like. We got one. What was the first one? Damn it, I forgot the first one. I had these written down a while ago and I forgot to keep them written down. But let's just say we're on the fourth one, because I believe I did the second one was the exhaust, one was the color. I think we're on 3, so we're on 4. Let's just go 4, because I think I did variety of body kits and stuff like that, exhaust, color. So I got two more things that I can come up with. I guess I would say another thing that I like, I guess the body style. Honestly, it took me a while when these cars first came out. I hated the body style for the longest. I literally hated it. I literally thought it was like a mom car. It looked so ugly. I was like, the body lines look like just a regular, your typical sedan, you know, traffic and stuff like that. But now actually owning the car, actually fell in love with the body style, and seeing people modify them, I kind of low-key fell in love with the different varieties of things that you can do for the cars and different options and stuff like that. So honestly, I would say the body style. I hated it for the longest, and now finally own one. It's sitting outside my house. I love the body style. The newer ones are questionable. I don't know how I feel about the newer ones. The newer ones are questionable. Definitely not overthink it, because I've seen people modify them and I've seen them stock, and even if they're modified, not modified, they still look the same. I'm still iffy on it. I don't know for sure if I hate it or I like it, because I don't know what the hell they were thinking with all that plastic trim and all that. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I didn't like it. The back I hate so much. I don't really like the back of it. Like the front's not terrible, you know, it kind of gives it more of an aggressive look in the front, so I can't really hate the front. But the back definitely just, all that plastic in the back just kind of is definitely a no. It just gives me vibes of like I don't know, like a Honda Civic or something, like a newer Honda Civic or something. Hold on, guys. There's somebody on a skateboard right now running around. But all right then. But yeah, so that's one thing I would say is the plastic is on the newer cars I do not like. But yeah, I would say the body style. So that's 4, 5. I'm trying to think of the fifth one. I would say the fifth one, I don't even know. Okay, I guess the fifth thing I like about the car, like just the car, not what it offers, but more of what it brings, is the community. Now, the community who own STIs, WRXs, either newer models, older models, you know, newer models or anything like that, they're still like not very, like, how do you say, like they're like family, if that makes sense. Like they're all very respectful. At least from what I can tell, is nobody's really judgmental. You know, they don't really say like, oh, this or that, you know what I mean? But what I've noticed is that everybody's just, you know, kind of like, you know, we're all equal. You know what I mean? No matter what car has 800 horsepower, 200 horsepower, bone stock, not stock, you know, we're all equal. We don't judge, you know, we kind of just more of, you know, like, oh, sick, you know, there's another WRX, or oh, sick, there's another STI, you know? I think that's the one thing I like about it. And then like the peace sign too. I don't know if you guys know about that, but if you have a WRX and you see, or an STI, any kind of Subaru that you have, and you see somebody drive by with a Subaru, you're supposed to give them like a peace sign, kind of like saying what's up, in a way, like, what's up, brother? No, I'm just kidding. But it's more of just saying like, you know, what's up to each other, you know, saying, kind of like saying what's up. I don't even know how to explain it, but saying what's up basically to each other, and, you know, kind of complimenting each other's cars in a way without even not even knowing each other, you know. But that's the one thing I would say for the community. Now, kind of the back to the story is, I bought this car back in 2020 or 20, I think it was 2021 when I bought the car. When I originally bought the car, bought it in 2020, 15,000 miles, like I said. I bought it for a pretty heavy price for it. But so far, like I said, normal maintenance, you know, no major issues so far. I have beaten on it a little bit, you know, when I first kind of got it and stuff like that. But, you know, I've kind of taken more care of it and doing my normal maintenance that you're supposed to, especially on any car, like how they say, you know, as long as you take care of it, it'll take care of you. Back to what I was saying, a lot of people were saying in like YouTube videos and stuff, that I watched before I bought my car was they're high maintenance, which they are expensive to repair and to fix, which, you know, that's not a lie. They're not really too high maintenance, but I think as long as you do your normal maintenance and take care of the car and you don't beat on it too much, you know, just have enough fun, you know, to where you're having fun and enjoying it, but not to where you're beating on it to break something, you know what I mean? Because that's when you start having issues. Especially what I've heard is if you start tapping into like cold air intake, blow off valve. I don't know this for sure, so don't quote me on it, but from what I've heard from previous Subaru owners who've had Subarus or who have done modifications that are kind of somewhat more of like a heavier thing, you know, cars. I think if you get the right tuner, the right parts, and don't cheap out on the motor parts, like blow off valve and intake and stuff like that, then you should be fine. You know, as long as, like I said, you're not overdoing it and pushing it to its limit, because these cars are not really meant to go any faster. They're already pushing more than the motor can handle, or the turbos or whatever. I'm not too really sure, but from videos that I've seen, that the cars already push too much power, more than what they can handle. But a lot of people said like head gaskets this and head gaskets that on Subarus, but honestly, when I was doing my research, it said that the only cars that you should really worry about the head gaskets on are the STIs, probably the WRX too. You know, the person that I probably got that information from could be wrong, you know, could be WRX and STIs. But I mean, like I said, honestly, I've had no major issues since of ownership, and this is 3 years with 15,000 miles to 77,000 miles, and it's still going, no issues, you know, just my normal like battery, the transmission fluid, oil changes. I have to do my rear differential soon. What else? I think that's pretty much all that I've done. Air filters as well, like your normal air filters in your motor. Well, not in your motor, but in the, you know what I mean, the air filters. Let's see what else. I think that's pretty much it. Tires, because I was running like -7 camber on my stocks a while back, but now we're sitting at -3 all around on the rims now, so I don't run through tires like crazy. But I know this video is not much, guys, but I kind of wanted to throw it out there and show, throw you guys a video, or put a video out for you guys, because I know I'm gonna be filming in Utah, but I wanted to get a video out for you guys. So not today, I won't upload it today, but tomorrow. I'll probably edit it tonight and upload it tomorrow. And then this weekend I'm gonna be filming Friday and Saturday. Friday, the actual drive to Utah for Scrape Fest, and then Saturday for the actual car show. And then I believe on May 31st there is another car show event. That's, I believe, Gearhead Society. That's going to be out, I think, here in Caldwell somewhere. But I'm going to be filming that too. My car is actually going to be not in the indoor VIP, but it's actually going to be on the outdoor VIP. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to try to film as much as I can. Also going to be trying to get my hood buffed, because I believe I have sun damage, as you guys can see, and you can't even see it in the camera. There you go. Kind of see it right there. And I've already washed it. I've tried buffing it out. It doesn't come out. So I'm probably going to have somebody wet sand it and actually do it better, and actually take their time and patience and stuff like that. Because I kind of know how to do it, but I don't want to, like, I know the steps and what you need to do it, but I'm not going to risk doing it myself and damaging it, because I really rather not have a damaged hood. So I'm going to see if he can fix it. Hopefully. It's like it's all right here too. It's just getting worse and worse, but I'm gonna try to get it fixed before the Scrape Fest. I mean, not Scrape Fest, Gearhead Society car meet, because you can kind of see it's fading, like right there. Not fading, just kind of more of like, I don't even know, like sun damage, I guess you could say. But yeah, guys, so like I said, I'm gonna try to get that fixed hopefully before Gearhead Society, the event, because it looks kind of shitty and I don't want it to look all crappy and stuff. So hopefully get that fixed. But yeah, guys, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not too much of a video and not too much effort put into it, but I figured this was kind of a long-awaited video that I've been wanting to do anyways. If you guys have any questions or concerns or anything like that, if you want to get into buying a WRX, let me know. Leave some comments or questions down below. Shoot me a DM on my Instagram if you guys want. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, if you guys are interested in buying a WRX, honestly, it's not a bad car. It's been a reliable daily so far. That's just from me experiencing from 15,000 miles to 77,000 miles. So everybody's experience could be different, but it's also depending on how you bought the car, where you bought the car, and how was the car, like who was the previous owner. Because when I bought my car, it was only one owner before me, and then of course the dealership, and then me. So I was technically like the third or second owner of the car. So yeah. But if you guys, like I said, if you guys have any questions, DM me on Instagram, leave a comment or question down below in the comment section. Try to get to it as quick as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I know it wasn't much of a video, but I figured I'd kind of get the information out there for some of you guys who might be interested in buying a WRX or an STI. STI is definitely more expensive, and I would have gone with an STI. A lot of people ask, why didn't you just get an STI? Well, I don't have STI money, so unless you want to throw me some bread and get me an STI, then shoot, I wouldn't complain. But no, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I felt like the WRX was more of a better option for me, for my wants and needs. For me, I was looking for something that I can possibly daily and also have like a nice car and have a reliable car and stop spending so much money and fixing other cars, because I was doing that a lot, was just fixing other cars. So kind of wanted to step away from just repairing and fixing cars, and actually enjoy it and buy parts that I want to and be able to build it how I want it to look, rather than buying repair parts. But yeah, so now we're here with the WRX, and I guess another thing I could say was that why I didn't go with an STI, a couple reasons why I didn't go with the STI was because I heard that the clutches are more stiff. Not the clutches, but the shift. Like, the more the clutches and the transmission is more stiff. It's more sporty, which is cool if you're looking for a more sporty car. But personally, me, I didn't want something that I didn't, enjoy daily driving. I wanted to be comfortable, or somewhat comfortable, in an ST or in a WRX, in a more reliable car, in a more comfortable car, and not being, feeling like I'm in a race car every day. Now, Now, I don't feel like I'm in a race car every day, but I do feel like I'm in a stance car every day. Not even a stance car, just a shitty quality suspension. It could be this suspension that I'm on too. That's probably why it feels so crappy and so shitty and not a comfortable ride. But honestly, I mean, I'm on Rev 9 coilovers, which are not terrible. But I mean, you know, they do what I want them to do, honestly, kind of. I really want to go lower in the front eventually. But I'd have to go with some BC extreme low coilovers. And I want to hold off on buying other coilovers until I get the car to where I exactly want it, as far as like maybe a different color wrap, or maybe, you know, carbon trunk or different wheels. You know, I want to do all that stuff first. You know, I want to get like a different steering wheel, different seats inside, so a different sound system. There's a lot of things that I still have that I want to do to this car. But yeah, this is kind of how the car sits now. Like I said, if you guys have any questions or concerns about owning a WRX, I'll answer them to my best of my ability, to the best of my knowledge too as well. But like I said, leave a like, comment if you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram right here for you guys if you guys have any questions. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Well, look who decided to pull up. My cousin. Let's go get him. He actually pulled up. He said he was a Hamburg connection. I didn't think he was actually gonna pull up. Boom.
Yo, what's good?
What you got, dog? What you get us?
Let me show you, bro. Let me show
Oh,
you.
onion rings?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Listen, I don't eat the onion rings, okay? That's besides the point, bro. Oh, they barely gave me any tots, bro.
Why are you all the way down here?
I was getting some Hamburg connection.
You drove all the way to Cuna to get Hamburg connection.
Dedication's real, bro.
That's crazy. You're gonna be in the YouTube video for tomorrow, just so you know.
What YouTube video?
Huh?
What YouTube video is this?
What YouTube video is
Is
this?
this for,
This is actually me reviewing my Subaru WRX ownership of having the car since I've owned it. Like reliability, 5 things I love, 5 things I hate about the car. So
I can tell you 5 things I love and 5 things I hate about my Subaru.
okay, what's 5? Oh yeah, he has a Subaru, guys. I need to do a video of his too, so I can show you guys. But what is 5 things you love and 5 things you hate about your Subaru? And hold on, give us a backstory. What year is it, make and model?
It's a 2005
2005.
WRX.
Okay, hold up.
Of a 2005 WRX Impreza.
Uh-huh.
I've had it for almost about a year now.
Okay.
And I mean, I bought it with without it running. It was STI swapped, has STI motor in it.
Okay.
And I blew my trans.
And why'd you blow your trans? How'd you blow your trans?
I was racing a 2017 WRX.
Uh-huh.
And we were doing what, a 40?
40 pull?
Yeah, we're doing a 40 pull.
Okay.
And then I just downshifted. It's all you, bro. It's like, damn, bro. And
Okay.
come to find out, my turbo's cracked too in the STI motor. So.
Oh shit. So, mind you bought yours used, right?
Yeah.
And how many miles did it have on it?
I bought it for $500, and it only had 168,000 miles on it.
And was that on the original motor, or was that on the odometer on the shell?
On the motor, but the chassis had 180.
180. Okay.
So-
So, motor swapped and was probably modified, like heavily tuned, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like in some words, somewhat tuned.
It was good.
And maybe it was pushing too much power, or whatever the case was, or was already something wrong with it before it blew, or did you cause it to actually blow? Like, did you actually blow it yourself, or did it already have issues?
It had a little bit of issues with shifting, a lot of grinding. I ain't gonna lie.
So transmission probably
Yeah,
issues.
so it was just problems, and then I think it just gave out on me,
Okay.
which is fine, because
Yeah.
as of right now, we are rebuilding the Subaru. We're coming with the
Are you still
stock
gonna?
motor.
Are you still gonna put? What are you gonna put? Is it an FA, or what motor do they have? EJ.
EJ.
EJ. So you're gonna put the EJ
I'm
in?
gonna put an EJ in. I'm going back to stock, and then I'm gonna throw a stock transmission in, and then that's it. And then I'm gonna turbo it.
So he's gonna returbo, rebuild it all over again.
Yes, sir. And then make it reliable, and then turbo it.
Damn. Okay. But this is not the Subaru, guys. This is his brother's Honda that he stole, basically. He stole. Davian, if you're watching this, you got jacked, dog. But nah, so this is his brother's. But yeah, just kind of giving you guys a better backstory because I forgot this dude has a Subaru too. One of these days I'll probably go over and I'll do like a quick review or something and show you guys his Subaru.
Hey, yeah, bro, I've had, what's it called? I haven't done it in about a month, bro, so look forward to that.
All right, bet in a month we're gonna pull up.
A month?
Yeah.
It will be done.
Instead of pushing it and pulling it out of the driveway. Oh shit.
Bro.
So you just brought Hammer Connection for yourself or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus.
Pretty nice, bro. Hey, you guys watch this? 1997 Honda Civic Coupe hatchback. If you want it, let me know. Hit me up.
Davian's not gonna like that.
Hit me